Good morning, coaches. I'm so happy I was going to say to see you all, but I actually can't see you. So I'm so happy to think about you while I'm doing this video. Hey, I wanted to let you know about something that I'm creating that I think you will all love. When I started out as a coach 6 years ago, I had a really hard time with enrollment. I came from a PR background and I knew how to sell clients. It was actually pretty easy that if you got on the phone with a client and they were interested in public relations and needing stories placed in the news, that if they said that they needed to think about it, all I would have to say is, that's great. Take all the time that you need, but just know that this news cycle might pass. And that always gave just the right amount of fear to make them decide that they didn't want the news cycle to pass, so they'd sign. Coaching's not like that. You can't tell someone when they call you to talk about their life purpose or their big business goal, that's great. Take all the time you need, but just know your life purpose might pass. Your business goal might pass. And while it's true, it doesn't work in the same way. Coaching is a one-on-one business. It's built one conversation at a time. It's not about getting clients with a plural. It's about getting a client, having a conversation, and then focusing on the next one after that. What I found over my years is that there's easier ways to do client enrollment and then harder ways to do client enrollment. And I know when I first started, I worked too hard to get clients. I would sell myself. I would try to sound impressive with my credentials. I would tell people that they would get this many sessions with me for this amount of money. And what I found was I was falling flat, that there was a lot of times that I was really falling flat and getting a lot of people that would say, I have to think about it. What I learned about I have to think about it is that it meant a few things. One was that I never got to the potential client's why. What was their real reason for wanting to have coaching? What was it that they needed? And the truth about that is I didn't get to their why because I was too fast. I was just thinking about, are they going to ask me how we can work together? And then when they did, it wasn't enticing because when you think about coaching, if someone asks you, how do you work? And you say, well, it's 3 months and this many sessions and it costs this much money, that doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't tell me that you're going to help me to build my women's conference that I really want, or finish my book, or look at the limiting beliefs and the procrastination and the things that are getting in my way. And that's what clients are coming to you for. The other thing that I found is that when clients would say to me, will coaching work? And I'd say, absolutely, 100%. First of all, I don't know if it's going to work. And second of all, I don't know if it's true that absolutely 100%. Everybody's a little bit different. And what those clients were really asking was, if you knew about who I really am, my own limiting beliefs, my own behavior that gets in my way, my own obstacles, would you still take me on as a client? I'm terrified to tell you the truth and to let you get to know me. And if you do, can you still help me? And so what I learned about that is that all came from the slowing down. And so instead of telling them like, yes, it would work, what I learned to do is to say, I don't know if it will work for you. That's really going to depend on you. But here's what I know. I had a client who was similar to you, who did this, this, and this. And I would illustrate it through a story, because stories let the right brain really look for possibility in all the ways that we can be creative together and get to a yes and get them to what they want. Where features and benefits, it's this many sessions and this much money, put us on the defense, because the left side of the brain is here to protect us. It's here to analyze. Any amount of money that you say feels like a block. You could say it's $50 or $500, and you're probably going to get the same response from a potential client if you haven't really hit their why. What is it that they want? The other thing that I learned is that if clients say that they need to think about it, that I need to qualify them more, that I want them to think about it. I only want to work with clients who are ready. They're committed. It's the right time in their life for them to have a change. And so when I learned those things and I started bringing them into the enrollment conversations, what I noticed is that people said yes and they meant yes. It wasn't the kind of yes that it was yes and then they ghosted me. It was yes followed up with how do I pay you and a payment coming in. I also learned how to get good systems in place and what did you do once you got a client? What were the parameters? What did you send to them? What did I say to them? Those sorts of things. And so what I've put together for you is all the things that I've learned in the last 6 years as a coach, but also all of the decades of public relations experience that I have. And I've put it into one package called Stairway to Six. And this program is going to be fantastic. It's going to kick off with a 1-day, 9 to 5 online session, live, as live as we can be virtually. And we're going to go over the first part of how do you talk about being a coach? I bet if I asked you, what do you say when someone asks if you're a coach, you'd stumble. And that's the first thing we really need to be able to do. We need to be able to talk about being a coach. Then we're going to talk about the stories. What stories do you have that can illustrate clients' wins so that when someone asks you, how do you work or will it work for me? You're not talking about the features and benefits. I'm going to teach you how to really connect to a client's why. We're going to do a big brainstorm of where you can find clients. I'm going to give you a captain's log so that you can start tracking your time on enrollment calls. So many new coaches and just coaches that, are doing it as a hobby, they spend a lot of time avoiding money-making activities. As coaches, we have to talk to other people. You got to talk to a human in order to make a connection. I'm going to leave you with a roadmap that day of things that you can start doing to be successful right away. In addition to that, January through June, we're going to have 2 modules a month that are going to help you build your business. They're going to focus on money story. It's usually our own money story that is blocking us to be successful with closing the client. We're going to talk about your mindset. Every single module is going to be about how do I enroll clients and where do I find them. I'm going to set you up for that. In addition to that, each month, we're also going to have a book study, a book study that you can come to. Because here's the deal. I don't know about you, but I've got a nightstand full of books. I intend to read them. I want to read them. Which one should you read first? I've put together a fabulous library, and we're going to go through those books together. And I have some of the authors coming in to speak for us too and to be our guests. At the end of it, we're going to close with another full day session so that you really have a path to success moving forward. It's a robust program. And the truth is that I thought about all of the things that when I started out, I wish I would have known, and I've created that for you. So if you are interested, please put a note in the comments. The application, because you have to apply, is here in the notes of the post. You can take a look at that. It's all on my website as well under Stairway to Six. If you want to have some time to talk about it, I'd love to talk to you about where you are in your business, what you're wanting, what you're hoping for, what you're needing, and to see if you'd be a good contributor and if this group would really serve you. It's not for everyone, This group is really only going to work for the people that have a bias for action, that you are action-oriented people and that you're ready to learn. You want to turn up the heat. You want to take your business to the next level. As an added bonus, if you sign up by November 15th, you get 2 one-hour coaching sessions with me. And if you're in this Coaching for Coaching group and you're seeing this, you get $250 off. So there's quite a bit there, but I'm thinking about you coaches. I know what it's like to want to take my business full level. I straddled the fence. I wanted to quit that PR job. And finally I was able to because I replaced my income with coaching. It doesn't have to be hard and it doesn't have to be scary. And there's ways to learn it, and that's what I would love to give to you. So Stairway to Six, here we come. Let me know if you're interested. I hope you have a wonderful day.